Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I'm going to be modifying my Batmobile, the light up here, to make it flash. Several other people have done the same thing. I don't know that anybody has. Well, I'm positive people have shown you step by step, but this is how I'm going to do it. And here's the interesting thing: I decided to test my lights first, or the light in here first. And this is actually why I prefer that they provide some sort of way to test LEDs or any other electrical components as soon as you get them. So you can see here, I have a JST connector and my power supply, because that's probably a red LED, is set way down. It's set around 2.7 volts because I don't think it's resisted. I may have, I mean, it may have been too high at 2.7. I don't know. It shouldn't have been. Usually about 2.8 is where your red LEDs come in. But when I apply power here, nothing happens. The LED is dead. This is why they need to provide you with some way to test your LEDs when you get them. Leaving the same 2.7 volts on, and I have the pins going to the red and the brown wire. The yellow, if I remember right, is the trigger wire. So the brown is going to take the place of the black. The white, or the brown is the black wire. The white is the red wire. And if I hook this up, what I get instead, and that is with it at 2.7 volts. A little bit of work to do still, but that's the effect I'm looking for. And I was originally thinking I was going to leave this plug on, but I just realized to get this metal piece off, I have to cut the wire. So let's take this back apart. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to take out. So let me go ahead and start working on taking those out. And because they're in 4 separate positions, I don't remember if they were all the same screw. They probably are. But just in case, I've got those two, and then I'm going to do middle and front. So there's the middle screw. And when I put this back together, I will not be putting more oil on. There's no need, because the oil is too... The screws are already oiled. The hole's already oiled. The oil really, its job is to help cutting the threads into the die cast. Okay, so there's that. This should just slide out. And that might be the problem right there. Pop this JST connector off. This, I was concerned about this fact that it's really kind of easy to miss. Not sure, I may have compromised the wire there. But it's neither here nor there. Let me get another thing out here for the screws that are coming out of here. It's not a big deal since I am replacing the lights anyway. But I will, for my own education, check and see if that light was compromised there. It is a very telling thing. It's a thing for others to pay attention to, so that you don't end up with the same problem if you're not doing this type of a mod. So let me pop this here out. And see, nothing has to happen with the rest of this. I don't know for sure, but we're going to find out. Because if it's broken up there, it should be able to be powered from up there. The power supply is still outputting power. Gray is going to be the red wire, so let's go ahead and check. Let's see, because that wire is pretty well mangled there. I don't think it's mangled enough that it actually broke the insulation. I broke the wire. Just to see, let me peel this back, because if I decide to go back to something like this, okay, there's the wire, and nothing. Actually, duh. I'm an idiot. It's the black wire that's broken, not the gray one. Or the black wire that may be broken. So let's try this again. Nothing there. Let's try it here. Split the insulation with my thumbnail where I have wire showing. If I can. It's not wanting to. Well, that did it. Now it's really broken. But, and by the way, do not do this on your own unless you are aware of how to do these type of things, because if you break it, Fanhome or Eagle Moss, or not Eagle Moss, sorry, Fanhome / D'Agostini will not replace it for free. And yeah, that LED looks like it was bad from when I got it. Not a big deal. I was going to keep this just in case. Now it's going in the trash. Because I have no reason to keep it at this point. So, turned off the power supply. Next thing we're going to do is get a couple pairs of needle nose pliers. These are available on Amazon. Has no pliers. There's one. That might be enough. There the other ones are. A couple of Leatherman. I sometimes my words leave me. So first thing you do is pull the cap off. Once the cap is off, you've got just the circuit board here. Sometimes the circuit board will be stuck down inside here. This one was actually came off with the cap, and it will not come out unless you it will not come out without cutting off the thing. But just for, well, it's got to go through here too. I was going to leave the plug on just for giggles, but there's no reason to. Get a pair of snips. When you're doing this, you just cut that off. I'm holding off right now on which of these which one I'm going to cut off, because I'll show you the yellow, the brown, and the red. Well, the yellow and the brown are almost interchangeable. The yellow is supposed to be the trigger, I believe, to switch modes. But you have to have a square wave generator to switch modes. So if you look, if I do the brown, it comes on. If I do the yellow, yeah, the yellow is actually the trigger, because it's really odd and really dim. So that verified. I'm going to just snip it off. I don't need to cut it off up at the base. I just leave it like this. And when it comes time to hook it to the car, I still have this JST connector here. So this goes on here. Wires are going to just go through the hole in the cap, just like they were before. Pull it down like that. And I'm going to, just to keep it in place, I don't usually use the glue straight out of the bottle. Usually I will use my pin vise with a needle in it. I'm just going to put a drop of glue on there. Set this in place and hold for a minute. Double check. Yes, it runs down this direction. Set, that is set. So now we'll just push everything back together. Run your wires out through the original hole. Once I have this in place, I will actually make sure everything is working. Almost tried to pick up these screws with the screwdriver in the tin, but what happens is those tins are made of a ferrous metal, and so I pick up the tin instead of the screws. Put this one back in, or at least get it started. And put this one back in. I can get it to stay on the tip of the screwdriver. Get the bigger screwdriver here. PH1 versus the PHO. That one is not wanting to go back in, so let's go ahead and open up the oil, dip it in the oil, put the holder back in place. Too many things going on at the same time. Okay, get the holder back in place. Put this screw in. Tightener on down. There we go. That's much better. Might have to use oil on some of the other ones as well. But now that's back in place, tightened down. And we're going to actually turn up the power just over 3 volts. Because these are, I believe these are these are rated to like 6 volts or more. I could look, make sure, but where's the fun in that? So I have the power supply turned off right now. Let's push the button, turn it back on, and there you go. It's a beautiful mod. Matter of fact, let's see. I really like the way that looks. Not gonna. Some people I've seen are doing mods for these, turning these on. I don't think they were actually lit in the show. I'm not positive. Actually, I've heard they were lit in one. I'm not gonna fight with them to get lights in there. But this one here, I thought needed to at least flash, if not spin around. thought these needed to be lit, but I talked to folks, actually, it was Ian over at Pit Stain Hobbies. They were never lit either. Turn off the power supply. Undo these wires. But that is how I'm going to light mine. And just to make sure, because you see, there's the wire right there. I don't think I overvolted the wires on the old other one. I think it got actually cut there, but I don't know. LEDs, I will tell you, red LEDs are the most fragile LEDs you can get. And my emergency U-turn handle is falling out. So we're going to pull that back down. Set this back into place. Make sure, to the best of my ability, I do not catch that wire again. And I've got it right over top. Best laid plans of mice and men. All plans go awry, so just to keep that wire out of harm's way, I'm going to take a little piece of tape, tape it over here off to the side, out of the way. Tape will not bother anything, it will be hidden. And you can see, you could put lights in there. I'm not going to. You can also see how my tape is in there. Pull this down. Tape popped up. Make sure that more than anything, I just want to make sure I don't pinch the wire. There's plenty of room in this channel here for the wire to go in without being pinched. Set these parts all back in place. We're going to start in we're going to put them back in the exact opposite of what we took them out. So we're going to start at the front here. Start this wire, push down here, go to the middle, get the U-turn handle straight. This one I'm going to put all the way in because this is the one that causes the issues. I'll go back up here, put this one in the rest of the way, and we'll come back here and do the last two. If I can get a hold of them. Do the last two screws. I actually, to be honest, thought about doing it on a live stream, but I decided I would like to show my viewers, if they decide to do this, how I did mine. How you do yours is completely up to you. If you do it, and if you do decide to do it, please don't do it unless you have some electronic experience, because the Agostini will not, or Fanhome, either one, they're the same company, will not replace these parts for free if you modify them and screw them up. So, twist these wires again. And let's turn this puppy on one last time. And show how it looks when it's done. Love that. Love the way it looks. Looking here, not positive where I put the other one that I'm not using for this mod, but I got the light off of Amazon. You can get them multiple places. They're a little bit more expensive on Amazon. If you get them from China, they're a little bit cheaper, but they take a long time to clean. And that, my friends, is how I'm modding, or how I modded now, my light. on top of the Batmobile. Hope you're enjoying this build. I am loving the Batmobile. I've been waiting for a long time for it to come out. If you are enjoying this content or any of my content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next video.